Hello, and I thought I'd do a video review on this case for the Nintendo Switch because I think this is probably my favourite case and probably one of the best ones on the market for the Nintendo Switch. So this one, as you can see, is a Super Mario Odyssey themed case. I believe it's made by RDS, but I don't have the original. It had like a bit of card wrapped around it with all the information on it. I don't have that anymore, but I think it's made by RDS. Yeah. So it's a good case. This is like soft. Here, it's not. But then the back of it, this back section is like a sort of a slightly squishable, but not very squishable. It's a solid case. You know, if you drop this, it'd be all right. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of soft, but it's not too soft. But yeah, the picture quality on the front of the case is fantastic. It's pretty good. You've got a strap at the top here, carrying handle. That's kind of like a soft rubber. There, that's very nice. And then you've got Cappy as the zip, the pulley on the zip. And so opening this up, it's not too difficult to open. It kind of looked it, I suppose, but I am doing this with one hand, so it will kind of look difficult, but it opens very nicely. It's a nice smooth zip. So opening it, you're greeted with this. Now the interior here, this is kind of soft, and it is pretty solid actually. That you can feel there's like a real solid piece of plastic or something underneath there. That's, you know, it's not just cheap materials. So you've got that. You're greeted with this. I believe there's some foam in here when you get it. You take the foam out, and basically this has a little Velcro tab on it that comes up and over like that, so the Switch can't fall out when that's done up. So I like that. And it's not those elasticated straps either, so it's not difficult to get the Switch out. It's not a chore to get the Switch out, which I like. So that's good. So that opens up like that. But before we do that, there is a little zip pouch. This is kind of a mesh pouch here. So this is a zip here, and then in there I've got a couple of things. I've got these which they include. I'll talk about those a bit later. And then I've also put in there a USB to USB-C cable. So you've got your A to C cable there. So that's nice. You probably get a small pair of earbuds as well in there if you want. There's plenty of room, and it's nice and soft inside there. So that's nice. But that's just what I've got in there. So that's a nice little pouch. So upon opening this here, this is a nice, very, very soft material. So that is going to keep that screen well protected. It goes right over the screen. It keeps it nicely covered. And then obviously put the Velcro thing over like that. And that's very nice. I'm very happy with that. I like that. And some people are probably thinking, watching this, if you've got something in there, does that make it protrude and kind of have points sticking out from the other side into the Switch screen? And the answer to that is no. There's something in there that prevents that from happening. Like you can see here that this is protruding out here. Well, on this side, it just doesn't. There's something under there that kind of prevents that from happening. So that's good. So I'll take that back out now. I'll get all this back in later, but I've taken it out for now. And we've got a label in there actually with the Nintendo Switch logo on it. It might actually say who it's made by. RDS Industries, yeah. So I was right, it is RDS Industries that have manufactured this case. So the Switch then it sits in here. It's not. It's a nice fit. It's not too snug. It's not too loose. Personally, I feel that the Switch, you know, there is a very little bit of wiggle there, but I feel that when this is down, that the amount of wiggle room there is necessary. You know, you don't want this to be too snug, you know, to risk damaging it or whatever. So I think the amount of room and space around the edges is spot on. For me, anyway. I know that's going to vary from person to person, but I don't like cases that are too loose, and I don't like ones that are too snug. And this one is, and Goldilocks said that the little bear's porridge was just right, or whatever it is, you know. But going off on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, I feel that this is good. I feel that the Switch the fit for this is superb. So if we take the Switch out, it is easy to get out, you know, just pull it out. So there's that. Then underneath you've got these two plastic cases. Before we look at those, you can see that there is some shaping to this. I'm not entirely sure what this is for. I can only assume it's for something to do with the intake on the back of the Switch. Don't know if you can see that actually, but yeah, just there, just below the writing, there's an intake, and I don't know if it's something to do with that, but I think it probably is, to be honest. But yeah, you've got this nice shaping, so you've got nice space for the shoulder buttons and things. It's not going to get pushed or anything or damaged, which is good. So these plastic cases, now you can, the way this is packaged, they actually have one of these inside each of these. And what these are that I pulled out of the mesh pocket earlier is they're micro SD card holders. So you can hold, just open one up so you can see inside. They hold 2 micro SD cards each. So in theory you could have 4 micro SD cards with you, with what they include here. And then if you don't want an extra game and you want some SD cards, you can take one of the games out and these will fit inside one of those slots. So it doesn't matter which one, any of the 4 slots. So these are exactly the same, these two. I'll just open one up to show you. So if the camera will focus, there we go. So they're just plastic case, and they hold 4 games each, or however many games, and then depending whether you want to put 2 of these in one, or 1 of these in one, or whatever. But the maximum capacity, if you don't have anything else inside, is 4 games inside. So I'll show you that one. I'll just open this one to show you as well. So in theory, you can have, well, not in theory, but technically you can have 9 games with you. Physical copy games, that is. Because you can have the 8 here, and then I guess you could technically have 1 inside the game card slot in the system itself. So yeah, and one thing I do very much like about these little red cases is that the games are just loose. So if you were to tip this upside down, the games would all fall out. Now I know that might not be what some people might like, but I don't like it when games go in a plastic case and it's all kind of clipped round it, and then you kind of have it, and it makes a really what I feel is a really horrible popping, well, not popping, but clicking noise when you rip the game card out. I don't like that. So the fact that they just kind of rest there, and then when you close it, they're nice and secure, and they're not gonna fall out then. But yeah, that I do like that personally. Some people might not, but I do. So that's that, and they just rest in these little cutouts here underneath, like that. So I suppose what would have been cool if they'd have made this a little bit deeper, but then they'd have kind of had to. Nah, I guess not, because then they'd kind of had to make the whole thing deeper. So yeah, I think it's fine as it is actually. Just out of interest, can you fit those in that little spit? No, you can't. No. But that's it essentially. There's nice padding. This feels nice inside. It kind of feels kind of a little bit pliable, you know, a little bit squishy, but not too squishy. It's good overall. This case, I think it's probably the best case on the market. If you're looking for something that's not going to hold the AC adapter and everything like that. If you just want the Switch, a few games, and maybe some earbuds and an extra cable or something, I think this is probably the best case. It's not very slim. That is one thing, and I know that's a big thing for some people, the fact that it's not slim. It's about, well, what is it about? It's about maybe 7 centimeters thick. So yeah, it's not thin. Not thin at all. It's not what you'd call a slim case, but for me, I don't mind, because this is like a very good protective case. So I don't really mind the slim thing personally. But yeah, so that's it really. You can get a Mario Kart 8 one. You can get a Zelda Breath of the Wild one. You can get just an ordinary one that's kind of got like a black ballistic nylon cover to it, and it's just got a little red Nintendo Switch logo in the center with no game specific advert slash branding on it, if you like. You can get that one. So yeah, there's a few options as to what you want on the front of it and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is probably the best case for the Switch. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this video has been useful to you. I hope you've been able to find everything you needed to find out about this particular case, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.